So it's time for the Melbourne Racing Review. We're going to have a look at Caulfield on Saturday, thanks to topsport.com.au. And I'm joined, as per every week, by Trevor Lawson. How are you, Trev?
Good, Mark.
Caulfield. How did you see the day overall? We were out 3 metres and started on a good 4, and we upgraded to a good 3 at about race 6. How do you think things played overall?
Yeah, I called the track good 3. It was probably between a 3 and a 4. It was there was some weird stuff happened. You know, the quaddie paid 200,000 or something. So there was a few rough results. No. Cool. I don't know how. Yeah, I couldn't have found the last winner. Not off its last couple of runs. So, just looking at the punting form analysis, you can see here 6 of the winners drew barriers 4 to 7. At the 400, 6 of the winners were 5 to 7 off the fence. So it was a day that sort of the inside was off. Down the side was okay, sort of 2 wide was okay, but sort of from the 600 you wanted to sort of get wider. The problem is, I was talking to the track manager on Friday. I think they're a bit frustrated with this new policy.
Yeah, it seems that way.
So basically, we went true and they got slightly off the fence. So they've raced in 3 to 4 metre mark. So we put the rail 3 the other day. You had a metre of the inside metre and a bit had wear and tear on it. Then they've got away from the rail again. As you see, the best going's 5 to 7, and you'll probably have to go 6 metres next time. So it'll be in the worst going again. So
I've just got to keep moving out and out and out.
Yeah, it's just not a great, policy. I don't know why they do it, but just because some trainer up from overseas said something 25 years ago when he bought a wet tracker here. So, but overall, wasn't a great meeting. I think we didn't do anything fantastic. Sort of lost for the day. Wasn't a little close, but going forward, there's probably a couple of winners out of the meeting, but it was pretty run-of-the-mill.
Yeah, all right. We'll have a look at the races. So race 1 was a benchmark 78 over the 1400. Jumbo Asaki from Sikorsky and Arctic Shock. Jumbo Asaki SP'd at 420. Any thoughts on there?
Yeah, so we had it sort of 460. The interesting thing, as was with most of the races on the day, the sprint races especially, they went very hard in this race. So they basically ran the first 800 metres in 46.6, which is, flying. 48's about good even tempo, so they've gone sort of 9 lengths quicker than. From that, you can see the leader, Viga, went 8.5 lengths quicker than this, the benchmark for this class of horse. So it was sort of a war of attrition. Jumbo had the right run, sort of got back and, it was well ridden by Williams. It sort of did about what it does. On my stuff, it's figure of 58.5. That's about as good as it goes. I don't think there's much more improvement in it. Second horse was good. It was second up off sort of 500 days break. It had run in the Derby of 2018. It ran 4th, so it's a staying type horse.
Yep.
It's had 2 runs back, 13 and 1400. So, we can sort of start to look for it now as it goes to still 1600 and up. And the rest
one to keep it on.
I think out of the race, it can win a race in the off season.
Yep.
And the rest was sort of all pretty much thereabouts. Sort of not any stars amongst them. It was a benchmark 78, so it was the sort of lower grade race of the day.
Yeah, fair enough. Right, the second race was over the 1400 again. Vobis Gold, Clarice Cliffs, $3.10. Got the chocolates from Something Silver and Pure Scott, both of which were fairly long in the market. What do you make of it?
Yeah, Clarice was good. I sort of marked it sort of 350, and it was around the 3 sort of 10 mark. Couldn't quite get on it. I wanted to be on the favourite, which was Twitchy Frank, which is sort of priced $2.80, but it was sort of $2.50 in. So we stayed out of the race, which was probably good in the end. Twitchy was terrible. It sort of led, it hung a bit on the corner and dropped out, got beat 6 lengths. It went out in 49 seconds. So compared to the first race, he went about 9 lengths slower to the 600. To the 800 metre, to the 600 metre mark. The winner was impressive. The winner sat 3 wide the whole way and was solid to the line. It had raced well in its previous prep before having a sort of a long spell. So early, it raced at Geelong January last year. Had a good figure, and then it went to Pakenham second up and had a massive figure for that night. It won by 6 lengths at Pakenham. They got beaten at Group 3. Then they had 294 days off. So generally when they have that long off, they've had an issue. So it's sort of slowly getting back. It's not the horse that it looked like being. You can see on my figures it's racing at least sort of 2 lengths below that. But it was good the other day, and it can probably maybe improve again off that slightly, having sat sort of 3 wide the entire.
Okay.
The second horse was okay. The second horse goes good at Moonee Valley, so there's a race at Moonee Valley in the next few weeks. And the rest, not much to say about them. And Twitchy Flank might have come to the end of its preparation. It was pretty ordinary.
Yeah, okay. Race 3 was the Vobis Gold Sprint. I know you wanted to be on Pippi at about 2:30, but it got nowhere near that. It got back right in at the end and didn't give much. Vainstream won $12 SP from Street Icon and Teleplay. Pippi a long way off it.
So of the 4 sprints, 3 of them broke 34 seconds, or the equivalent of breaking 34 seconds for this. They're all for the first 600 metres. They're all running negative splits. So this race here, Pippi ran its first 600 metres in 33.9, and then the winner ran its last 635 seconds. So you can see they just went out really hard. And that was the flavour of the day, as I say, in the sprint races. I'm not sure why. It was as if there was a prize for the first one to get to the 600. So this race, Pippi went too quick, may have had enough. Vainstream sat back off and had the best, he was in the sweet spot. Street Icon was terrific. It ran on from last, produced a sort of peak figure. It had never done anything like that, and sort of, you can see it settled sort of last in the run here. It was last at the 400, and it made up the most ground in the race. It ran the sort of second quickest, last 800, 600, fifth quickest 400, and fourth quickest 200 of the day. It was pretty impressive. It may be a bit flat next start off that, but after that, it could probably win a race. Teleplay was okay. It was first up. Ashlaw was a bit disappointing. Serious Suspect. Pippi, it was a little bit disappointing. The rest is sort of, pretty limited.
Okay, race 4 was the Vobis Gold Heath over the 2000, and it was back-to-back odds on pops getting rolled. Mr. Quickie jumped at $1.90 and ran second to Sentimentalist at SP at $10. I think you had it marked around 15 from Think We're Due in third.
Yeah, they bet sort of marked at $15. They bet $15.
Yeah.
It was impressive at Stall, and it was on a quick backup. It was having its second start for Mark Pegas. It was a former Terry O'Sullivan horse, and since Terry's got rubbed out, a few of the horses have gone to Mark Pegas. Former jockey who's just sort of taken up training. And it won at Stall, which was basically its home track when sort of Terry trained. and produced sort of its best figure. And sometimes, it's hard for them to repeat it. So I actually came off that rating and still had it sort of $15, which I sort of hadn't now because it sort of went quite good. And I've got it going better than that rating. So I was happy. Originally, I was sort of happy to bet in the race if Mr. Quickie was sort of short odds and we could get sort of decent value in the rest. And the value sort of went out of the race. And Mr. Quickie got the drift a bit sort of late out to even money, so he stayed out of the race. But had the winner sort of originally what price it sort of flucked. Mr. Quickie ran on, he just got too far back. I think where Jew was honest, Suppressor was fair, and Declares was, it's a bit limited. I thought it might have had a run one day from when Darren Wee had it. Looked like a nice horse, but I think it's only sort of they're limited type horses, so they might pick up a race, but it's no stars. But Sentimentalist is going good for Pegas, and Mr. Quickie, it just wasn't suited the way the race was run.
Okay, race 5 was the Vobis Gold Mile. Old mate Sosibon got the chocolates at 440. I think you marked it about 550, so we weren't quite on.
Marked at 550. It was 550 prior to 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I thought, I was sort of happy to be on it or save on it at worst. So we wanted to be on Iconoclasm. And then right on 9 o'clock, it shortened. And then that was it. It never got back out and stayed sort of solid in the betting.
Yep.
It sort of won well, sat midfield. I thought probably in the run, Iconoclasm, in the run, I was quite happy with it. And it's probably not the horse it was going to be either. It was probably a bit disappointing. Street Sheep ran on terrific. It's going good.
It is paid about $18 Street Shake, and
it was
pretty well.
Good odds. The other one they backed, Mohammedaeus. Originally, I thought, you weren't suited because you got back to last, but it was back with Street Sheik. Street Sheik was only sort of a length in front of it, and then Street Sheik beat it home 5 lengths. So Mohammedaeus, it might be one a bit more racing. But the winner was impressive, but it was blinkers back on again, so that was probably, I'm not sure if it'll work again next time. But probably out of the race. Street Sheep, he can win another race. And there's not much else. Iconoclasms, I don't know if it's going to, I thought it would race or go a lot better than what it did. It was sort of, did less than what I thought it'd do and did less than what the market thought it would do. Mamselle Tess, it had its birthday last, though it doesn't really win much. So there's not much in the rest. Goldfields is not the horse it looked like being either. It got well beaten. So, there's sort of no stars in this race. And, I'm not sure if you want to sort of, say she had its birthday. I'm not sure it's going to repeat.
No, it'll repeat next time we don't back it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Race 6 was the main race, the showdown over the 1200. Quay Quay, I think is how we pronounce it. At $14 from River Knight at $5.50 and Galactic Fury at $61.
Yeah, this horse went good at Echuca, and it was terrific in this. It was sort of held up to sort of inside the 200 and then exploded. You can sort of see here. The last
finish, wasn't it?
It ran sort of 3.3 lengths quicker than the benchmark. It's pretty quick. So it got home in sort of 11.4 seconds. So it's made up 0.66 of the length, which is like, say, 4 lengths on the winner the last 200 metres, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Pretty much the time was pretty slow. They ran 1.3 seconds slower than Vainstrom's race, so that's about 8 lengths. I don't think many of these are going that far, except probably the winner, who's the only one you'd sort of take out of the race. The way it races, it looks like as it goes up in trip, it'll be better. So, you'd like to see them race over 1400 maybe next start. But, and the rest of them sort of, pretty limited. It's amazing that, it was an $850,000 race. and I'm not sure that Benny will win a lot of races.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, might be the maybe one to watch the winner next time to see how it goes.
The winners are, he's a nice horse, but they're a long way off the good 2-year-olds. Like, the ones that it's still 4 lengths off. Those the good ones.
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
race 7 was the listed Bellesprit over the 1100. William Thomas, good win. $10 from Hummer at 7 and Coruscate at 8.50. I think it is, Peter. Yeah. This is a pretty hard race in the lead up. Do you stay out of this, I think?
Yeah, I've stayed out of this race. I was sort of wide in the race. I sort of liked him last start, and he was sort of a little bit disappointing. It was a wet track and all that sort of stuff, but I sort of had him $18. The market sort of had him around $10. He just got what he likes. He got a really fast speed. This race they went out in went out in 28.2 seconds for the first 500 metres, which if you equate that to a 600 metres, it went out in 33.7, which is pretty quick. And they've come home. The winners come home in 34, but come from well back. And leader to leader, they've come home in 35.1 seconds. So, again, it was run reverse. They've gone hard and come home slow. It suited it. Races well like this just gets a hard, off a fast pace. It can sort of really let down the outside. You see it run, the quickest 8, 6, 400 and 200 of the day. Right. Did the same thing Ballarat Cup Day. They went really hard down there, and it sort of got to the outside and sailed in the outside. It just needs speed on. Hummer was good. It's the same sort of horse. So you can see, it's funny for 1100 metre race, you've got the winner sat 16th in the run and then was sort of 15th of the 400. And Hummer, the second horse was 11th and 10. The fourth horse was 15th and 13. And the first 3 in the run have run 13th, 14th and 15th.
Yeah, right.
Which were Wade from within and Runson have run. They've got beat 5.7, 6.2 and 7.7. So it was really an inverted race. Generally, these races aren't great going forward for the form. But Hummer was good. Coruscate ran to its figure. It's honest. Liar. The market really liked it. It hasn't won its race since the Blue Diamond. It was okay, but I didn't like it at the odds. I thought it was sort of marked at double figures, and it probably ran like a double figures chance. News Girl was okay. It's back on the inside. It does go good at Caulfield, and sort of not a lot in the rest. Eduardo was disappointing. Promised to be a good horse. Ugly should have won the Oakley Plate last year, but maybe it's got sort of slight issues. Didn't trial that Flash this time in, and I'm not sure where they go with it.
Okay, so one of the last couple of the day, which the results were very interesting, is one way to put it.
Unfortunately, this is when we started. We started betting here, and
so race 8 was the Gold Dash over the 1100. Langan Star, $21. Got the chocolates from Paul's Regret and Felicia.
Yeah,
I know you were pretty keen on Knowles and Sartorial.
I was pretty keen on Knowles. Yeah, it settled a bit further back than I thought that it might have. It was probably a little bit disappointing in the run. The winner was sort of back behind it. Winner came out wider though, where Knowles stayed back on the inside, so that's probably a little bit different there. Yeah, the winner was 20 to 1 or 19 to 1, $20. I think it was about 28 on Betfair. And amazing, I had it $41, but like in ratings, it's only a neck here, half a length there, and
it's
and
not much.
You're on these type of horses. So we sort of weren't on him. The second horse was good. The third horse was pretty good. It was first up for 400 and something days.
This is Felicia.
It was good. Felicia, the fourth horse, Knowles. it was honest. The fifth horse, basically, it's a Swan Hill trained horse that races well at Swan Hill. It's run sort of fifth in town and produced a peak figure. It'll be a good thing going back to the bush somewhere.
So that's Soweto Hayes?
Soweto Hayes, yeah. And in the run, like, there's a 1,100 metre race, and at the 1,050, if they'd stopped it there, we would have got all the money because Lucifer's Reward was in front at about 70 to 1 on Betfair.
Yeah.
And Sartorial Splendor, yeah, that might be it for Sartorial. The love affair may finally be over. It just doesn't. They can't get it to settle.
Yeah.
And again, so it's gone out in 28.2 seconds, which similar to the race before. So it's probably done a better job than, Runson's gone out at the same time and got beat 5 lengths in the race before. It's only got beat 1.7. But it just doesn't. It's not a tractable racehorse.
What sort of price?
Broadwayandfourth ran on. Sorry.
What sort of price did Sartorial Splendor jump on it? It was about 13s in the morning.
13 to 2, yeah. It was well back. It's just the market finds it all the time because it has got, unfortunately, I sort of was the same, do the same, don't do the same thing all the time, but I did the same thing. You can make excuses for its runs. And it's like, well, I can make an excuse for it. And it was Blinker's first time, but it just doesn't settle. The horse, Broadwayandfourth, who ran 8th, it hit the line really good. It ran the second quickest 400 and second quickest 200 of the day. There's a race in it. It's a nice horse. Wants 1,200, better draw. Like it drew 4. It does get back, but just wants to be able to get a middle draw where it doesn't have to get all the way back to last, and it'll win a race.
All right.
Very soon. But it's a good horse.
All right, good stuff. And the last of the day, the Vobis Sires Guineas over the mile. Florent on the quick backup. I don't think anyone had this. SP'd at 51 from Lial, which SP'd at 31. A fair to remember, which was pretty short. I think SP'd at $3.40.
So wanted to be on. Excuse me. Wanted to be on a fair to remember. We sort of got part of the bet on, and then it was heavily backed and couldn't get the best bet on. B Hunter was on it as well. It ran on, but it got too far back, and we're on score. I was wasn't sure about running the trip, and I still was on it after penalising, but it got beat 100 yards.
Yep.
I don't know what to make of this race. The time is very slow. They went out slow and they come home slow. So, for the day. So it was.
That'll generally make for a slow time.
Yeah, well, it was the slowest tempo of those. It was a lower class, but amazing. Like it's a $400,000 race.
Oh yeah.
So you got Leo was good the other day, but it was like Florida. I just don't know what to make of it. Yeah, it was easily beaten at Geelong. Ran on at Geelong, but it was well held. Fair to remember, got too far back, but I'm not sure going forward any of these are stars. Midnight Maid was fair, but Binocular had every chance. It probably wants maybe back in trip from the 1,600. B Hunter's on us, but I'm not sure about this race going forward if there are any stars here. And I think probably, the market will oppose these type of horses going forward.
Have to remember to ignore the prize money column.
Well, it's this funny day. Like you sort of got for the two. Well, I assume it was the two highest races. The one race is worth 850,000, the other race is worth 400. And I'm not sure the winners will win races again for a while. Oh, the 2-year-old will, but overall, I don't think there are any stars in any of the races.
Okay, so that's Saturday. How's this week looking for you?
So this week there's midweek Bendigo. So I've finally finished all my moving duties for family members. So I'm going to try and, with the Wednesday meeting, try and have a look at some races there. And hopefully we can find something there. And then otherwise it's Anzac Day next Saturday at Caulfield, which is normally the St Ledger,
Mm.
and normally a couple of other good races.
Yeah, normally a pretty decent day.
So Caulfield gets a rest for a couple of weeks, I think, because I think the week after we go back to Wednesday meetings, and I think they might go to Sandown again, I think. Just off the top of my head.
Yeah. So Flemington Saturday, then Sandown Wednesday, and Sandown next Saturday. So Hillside, then the Lakeside.
Yeah, and then the week after, is May. I'll definitely be doing Warrnambool on the Wednesday.
Yeah, so Warrnambool.
I'm not sure I'll do all the races, but it'll be the first time we haven't been in, I don't know, 15 years maybe. I think.
Yeah, it'd be a bit strange. Are they doing Tuesday? They're doing jumps and Wednesday flats. Is that right?
Yeah. So Tuesday is just all jumps, and then Wednesday is flat. So the Wednesday is there's a couple of 2-year-olds, which is thing, but there's a benchmark 70, couple of benchmark 70s, which are good. There's actually 3 of them. There's a 1,700 metre race. It's normally a good race. There's a benchmark 78, I think, 2350, which normally is on the Tuesday, I think, which is a great race. And then the Wangooms, which normally on the Wednesday, and the Cup, which is normally on the Thursday. So I think it'll be a pretty good meeting.
So Wednesday should be good. Bit of money in the pools, hopefully, and we'll have a crack there. Yeah,
well, just anecdotally, the Betfair pools have been and good, and I've got a mate who works at one of the corporates, and he was saying that in over 2 weeks they had their doubled their bet count, and yet on Saturday, the last race in Melbourne, where you'd think the pool would in the old days would have been 500,000-600,000, you would have thought it'd be 3. The pool on Saturday was 148,000. The big vote
in the last.
In the last race, race of the day is 148,000. So,
totes are battling a bit, I guess,
with
the close of the retail.
Yeah. So, but so it's 148,000, and there was over 1 million in Betfair.
Yeah, right.
So,
Right,
paid.
Yeah.
I was just going to say
about 40 people got it.
No, I was just going to say, and the winner paid $47 on the tote and paid $77 on Betfair.
Yeah.
It's big difference.
No brainer in it. All right. Well, we'll catch up a bit later in the week ahead of Flemington and do a preview of that.
Great. Thanks, Mark.
Beautiful. Thanks.